Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing an all matte cut crease. This was requested by y'all on an Instagram stories poll that I asked. I asked what kind of videos you would like to look, what kind of beauty videos you'd like to look, and you wanted to see an all matte cut crease look. And I know I have done all matte cut crease looks, I believe anyway, using neutral tones, using very warm tones for like, you know, browns and warm peaches and colors like that. So I wanted to go ahead and switch it up a bit and do a matte cut crease using nothing but cool tone colors and just switch it up for you guys. And I really love how it turned out. And yeah, remember to hit like, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram. My username is It's Alejandra Castro. And without further ado and me rambling on, let's just get into the tutorial. So yeah. So I've already got my primers on, my base for my lids and my eyebrows done. So we can go ahead and move on into the eye look, and I think it's going to turn out good, hopefully. Switch between palettes depending on how I feel, but we're going to go ahead and start off with the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette just because it has the gray and neutral tones in it. Whatever palette you might have that has these grayer neutral tones will work perfectly. And I might use the Fame palette from Colourpop. It was limited edition, but I also like these tones right here that have a little bit more purple tint to it, or maybe like a bluish tint to it, so that one I might use too. But we're going to go in with the Kat Von D palette. We're going to use the shade Lazarus, which is this very neutral, like light grayish tan color, and that's going to go all over the crease, and that's going to be our base. That's just going to go all over our crease, fluffing it out just a little bit and bringing it all the way in. And then I'm going into the color Liberatus. Okay, so now that we have that nice and blended out, we're going to go into the shade Blasé from the Fame palette and create a very thin line. I'm starting the heaviest out here and then really being careful and kind of tilting my head back so I really get it into that crease of my eye. And then same thing on the other side, tilting my head back, which makes it a little bit easier to find your crease and get a little bit more of a precise application when you want to do a cut crease. And just focus most of the pigment out here. That way it's easier in case you mess up when you come forward to fix, because it's not so heavily pigmented. And then just connect this. I have that kind of carved out. I'm going to go into the black shade Stardom. Just the tiniest bit, but I really want a super thin one. I used to have a really thin, like, pencil type of brush and I can't. Never mind, I found one. So I'm going to go in with that Stardom shade, and I'm using this Morphe E37 brush. I got it a long time ago, so who knows if they still have it. I hope they do, because it's very fine and precise pencil brush, which is perfect for creating like nice thin lines when you want to do a cut crease. So I'm just going over that line we created very softly because I don't want it to look super black. I want it to look like a nice darker gray versus an actually true black. And I'm just following that line and carving that out. And because when you first put your brush down, after picking up that pigment, it's going to be the most pigmented wherever you put it first. So always just start on the outer edge. And then bring it forward so there's less pigment. Kind of gives you a little bit more of what you're looking for. That's how we got so far. And then to kind of soften it up a little bit, I am going back in with that thin crease brush, and it is the Morphe M506. Definitely recommend this brush. I'm pretty sure I put it in the video of my favorite makeup brushes. Definitely go check that one out if you don't really know where to start. I think that's very informative. And they're the brushes I reach for pretty much every day. And these certain ones I reach for when I want to create a specific look, like a cut crease. So I'm just blending that out. And the more I blend, the more it turns to more of like a nice gray color that I want versus a black. So the more you blend, the softer it will look. So I'm just blending, blending, and blending. Then I'm gonna go in the shade with Piece of Me from the Fame palette. I'm gonna apply that on top in the crease. I'm super happy that so many people give me ideas for videos, and I love the whole concept of a nice matte cut crease. I have done a few neutral tones, more warm tones that you can wear for every day, so I didn't want to recreate that, and I wanted to play with some cool tones for once. And this is actually a look I've been wanting to do. So perfect timing. All right, so now we're really going to define that cut crease, and I'm going to be using the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. And I'm taking a very small concealer brush. This is the Morphe M421. Definitely recommend using a smaller, more precise concealer brush when you want to cut the crease, just because a bigger one gives you less control, and you want the most amount of control that you can get to really get that nice, sharp, defined cut crease. And you also don't want to use too much, like if you're using concealer or something thick and creamy, don't use too much of it, because the thicker you apply it, the more chances you'll get of the makeup creasing or not looking as well. So just do something thin and then just spread it out. Don't go so heavy with it, is what I would recommend. And then just be real careful. And just kind of follow that line you drew. Because I do have hooded lids, I do bring it up a little bit higher. Otherwise, you really won't see the cut crease. So I would make sure to take note of whatever type of eyelid shape or, you know, anything like that. So you place it in the right spot to where you actually get to see the cut crease. Because otherwise, there's really no point in doing that look if you can't see it. Then I'm just taking my finger, using the warmth on it to really just blend it out, make sure it's nice and smooth, there's no streaks. And then you have a nice defined cut crease. For the all over lid color, I'm going to use something kind of skin-like, nothing too bright or warm tone or anything like that. So I'm going back into the Bondi palette, and I think I'm going to go in with the shade Succubus and the shade Latus. I don't know. I don't like how they do this shit. So I'm just mixing the two because it's so neutral or gray toned. I don't want it to be looking warm toned, so not taking too much of that more warm color. Just want it to tone down how bright this one is. Okay, so we have that down as a nice base. I feel like, you know, it looks kind of weird right now, but when we do the rest of the face, it'll look and come together. And I'm using the MAC Black Track Fluid Gel Liner to create a soft little wing and kind of balance out this look. And I'm just following that little wing we created with the eyeshadow. So it just flows right up. Just like that. Okay, so we've got that nice and mapped out. I think I am going to brighten up the eyeshadow a little bit more, make it a little bit more white-ish. But I use concealer to just carve out and really define that wing a little bit better. But we're going to move on to the rest of the face. So for my foundation, I'm going with something with a bit more coverage. We're going to use the Urban Dream Cover Foundation, I believe, from Maybelline. And I'm just going to put that all over my face. You can see I'm breaking out, which really sucks, but it's been a minute since I've had a breakout, which probably means that I need to wash my brushes, but since it's Sunday, I think I will. I look so yellow, but I swear it does not look like this in person. I don't know why. Hopefully I can kind of make it look more like it actually does. And now I'm taking the Bondi Bay all over face color from Nudestix. I'm just gonna zoom right through this because it's same old, same old. And since we're just gonna go with the same thing here, we're using the Maybelline, or no, the Infallible Full Wear Concealer from L'Oreal. And this is nothing new, so we're also gonna speed right through this. Okay, so now that that's good, I've already kind of set my whole face, and now we're gonna go into the Fenty Beauty How Many Carats Diamond Bomb Highlighter. Love this. This will definitely go really nice with this look. And just put that on my cheeks. And then we'll kind of go back into the eyes after I do this little bit real quick. And I'm gonna go ahead and do my blush, and I'm using the Morphe 8C Cool Pro Blush Palette. I love this one. I really like the warm toned one better because it's more something I use every day. We're gonna go in with the shade It Girl, which is this pink one right here. Just taking a little bit because it's a nice bright pink. And I think it'll look really pretty with this look, just not too much. And then just to kind of make sure my contour is nice and set, I'm gonna go in with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Nude Bronzer in the shade Nude Bronze Light. The name of this is super long, so I probably got it wrong, but the shade is Nude Bronze Light for sure. All right, and now we're gonna finish up the eyes. We're gonna go in with the shade Piece of Me from the Colourpop Fame palette. And we're gonna put that all in the under eye area. I'm also gonna just spread it out and kind of mess up this nice defined crease right here, wing, just to make it less sharp. I want it to look a little bit more undone. And we're gonna go into the Blasé color and just put that on the outer crease or outer edge. Bring it in a little bit and smoke it out a little bit with that wing. Like that, and then go into Stardom, the nice black shade, and really just focus that on that corner. Alright, so I put on mascara, and while that's dry, I'm going to go ahead and do my lips. And we're going to start with the L'Oreal Color Riche Matte Lip Liner in the shade Matting Call. I might have to use a darker one depending, but what we're starting off with. And then I'm taking the KKW Beauty nude lipstick in the shade number 1, which is all kinds of messed up right now. I'm just gonna pat it on because it's not attached. It's like melted and all kinds of shit. Okay, so that one was still too light even when I blended it more with that lip liner. So I am going in with the shade 2.5, or I already did. And then I'm gonna blend that out and we'll see how I feel. Yeah, I'm gonna deepen it up just a little bit on my lips. Okay, so this is the finished look. And I deepened up the lip liner just around my lips just to kind of define them a little bit more with the Oak Lip Liner pencil from MAC, and I think it really did the trick. And yeah, this is the cut crease all done. And I'm wearing some Ardell Natural Wispy Lashes. I believe they are the number 120. And yeah, I like this look. Definitely different tones than what I'm used to, but I would definitely wear this out. I really love this, and I hope you guys do too. So, what else is there? Nothing really. So, I will list all the products I use down below. Remember to hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next video. So, yeah, bye.